18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Jackson to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 13 yards on the game's opening play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Ravens.
Play action. Now Jackson. Philip Dorsett holds it in. Philip Dorsett by himself. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Touchdown.
Philip Dorsett, 68 yards, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
7, Bengals nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
4-yard line.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
They'll take over.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
To J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, 27 yards. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Justin Tucker lining up for the
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
27-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
He's brought down at the 40.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Going deep downfield for Ross. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 18. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line.
Complete.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 9.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the 1st quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker, Justin Tucker, out onto the field. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead 1st quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. But this one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down now. Mixon. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. The ball comes out, and this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on 4th down, a change of possession anyway. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty, and the Bengals will get the football back. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. It's Mixon on the counter. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. Now Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, 48 yards, as the Ravens push further out in front. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
At the 42-yard line.
First down. Here's Burrow. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
Brings up third down.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Rolling to his left. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on third down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. They'll set up a throw. They'll roll him out right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
Escaping the pressure right. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Logan Wilson on the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup.
From the 29, Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Tucker now to add the point after.
Extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Bengals nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll try and run it, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Burrow going deep downfield for Ross. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
On the end around. He was brought down by Trey Wayne.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Jackson. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Complete.
Philip Dorsett. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And this offense is running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They begin with a run by Mixon. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts this. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is good.
It's the score. Ravens 49, Bengals nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? He was given 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Rolling to his right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 11-yard line.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to... And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets...
And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Granted, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
He'll buy some time right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Number 28, Joe Mixon.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T.Y. Hilton, 39 yards, and the Bengals gain a bit of respectability. Obviously, the scoreboard right now is not the friend of this rookie quarterback, but, hey, a touchdown pass there maybe builds a little confidence.
Every rep is valuable when you're a rookie. Every time you step up and throw the football, there's a lesson to be learned. Yeah, he took advantage of a little bit of loose coverage there with the lead, but at the same time, got it done. It'll take a little bit of satisfaction away from that throw.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll run it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Geno Atkins got home that time. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. His throw incomplete. Sammy Watkins the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Flushed out right. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Bengals
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll roll him out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now Joe Mixon. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Brings up 3rd down.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking deep for Hilton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
This is taken at about the 14. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
Little work still to do, though. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the run, it's Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The tackle made at the
no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On second down, Mixon pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now 2nd and 10.
On second down now, Mixon. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Extra point, hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Line 6. Tighten up. Pull it together. Check three.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Over the middle here to Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands.
And look at this. It's a fake. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
All all these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Once again, they run with Mixon. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And he's got his man Hilton. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket, but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv, it means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
Set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Pass intercepted. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Baltimore, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on